Good day to you, students. Today we want to continue from where we stopped, trigonometry. And don't forget, it's a series, and we've been doing this series for weeks now. Today we want to move to general angles. Don't forget, before this class, we had special angles. That means angle 30, angle 60, and an angle 45. And I was able to tell you that angle sine 30 is 1 over 2 and cos 30 is equal to root 3 over 2. Most time, if you are asked to work with sword, to leave your answer in sword form, you don't have a choice then to use those things. So you don't have a choice then to just abandon your calculator and go through your triangle as we have discussed. So you will know that cos 30 is root 3 over 2 and tan 30 is 1 over root 3. And as well as 60, sine 60 is equal to cos 30, don't forget, which is root 3 over 2, and cos 60 is equal to sine 30, which is 1 over 2, and tan 60 reciprocates, sorry, tan 60 reciprocates, and tan 60 reciprocates, So and tan 60 reciprocates tan 30. That means root 3 over 1. If tan 30 is root 1 over root 3, definitely tan 60 will be root 3 over 1. That is how we have discussed. And of course, for 45, you have sine 45 to be equal to cos 45. You know, sine theta is equal to 90 minus theta. We have discussed all those things. That means sine 45 is going to be equal to cos 45, and tan 45 is 1. We have discussed all this and we have applied them in a series of our questions. So we move to general angles. How do we solve general angles? Please, we are going to be using calculator alongside with four figure table. You know, if I don't know if you would want me to discuss the use of four figure table, please communicate so that we will be on the same page together. But if you have a calculator, we are going to be using the calculator a lot here, because this aspect we cannot get them except for a few ones that you have used to, that mastered, because I've used them over and over. But this use is not something you should cram like 30, 45, and 60. This you don't have to cram. As a matter of fact, they are too much to cram. So all you need to do is to prepare your calculator, or you prepare your four figure table for this work. So here we have a general angle, that is angle 220, angle 235, angle 320, angle 900, angle minus 250, minus 500, angle minus 380, angle 290, angle 5000, angle 850, angle 522. Any angle as the case may be. That's why we say general angle. So this is what we want to discuss, general angle. So from here, before we continue, I need you to understand what quadrant means. We are going to be using this quadrant a lot. I mean quadrants. Quadrants. To say quadrant, we talk about a quarter of a circle. So we will need our circle. Then we are going to be dividing it into 4. So this is a quadrant. So each of this is a quadrant. So we need to understand this. So I'm going to be moving from 0 degrees to 90 degrees here, anti-clockwise. So this movement is an anti-clockwise movement. Please pay attention, please. Anti-clockwise direction now. Please pay attention. And that is what we are going to be using. If it is positive, if your values are positive, you go anti-clockwise. And so this is for positive values, positive angles. And for this movement, you are going to be having a negative angle. So going clockwise direction, we are going to be working on negative angles. Negative angles. What do I mean? If you have minus 300, you are not going this direction, you are coming this direction. That is what I'm trying to say. So here, any angle that is around this place, you know they are not up to 90. They are 0, less than theta, less than 90 degrees. You are going to be using this a lot. And you know any angle that is here, we call it obtuse. So any obtuse angle that is here, that is angle that are more than 90 degrees. They are more than 90 degrees, but they are not up to 180 degrees. They are not up to 180 degrees. They are the angles here. So here we have angles that are more than 180 degrees, that are not up to 270 degrees. They are not up to 270. And here they are more than 270, those angles, but they are not up to 360. So when I ask you, if I ask you angle 220 for instance, you should be able to tell me if 220 is more than 180 and it's not up to 270. So you know it's on third quadrant here. So I have the first quadrant, I have the second quadrant, I have the third quadrant, and I have the fourth quadrant. So here, if I say angle 110, you know 110 is more than 90 and it's not up to 180, you will definitely tell me it is in second quadrant. If I say angle 350, so you know 350 is not up to 360 degrees and you know it is more than 270, definitely is on fourth quadrant. So this is what we are going to be checking and how we apply them. Let's check some exercise, some examples on these things, so we know how it is used and how it works. The question says determine the quadrants of the angles below. Angle 130 degrees, angle 290 degrees, angle minus 150 degrees, then minus 220 degrees. We have 310 degrees and 750 degrees. It can be more than 360, it can be 2000, it can be 5000, so it can be negative 1000, it can be negative 520. That we can have any angle like that. So let's determine the quadrant this falls. For 130 degrees, you know 130 falls in, it's more like an angle that is running from this to 90, more than 90, so it's somewhere around here. So this is my angle 130 degrees. So we have 130 degrees which falls in the second quadrant. Just say second quadrant. It falls on the second quadrant. That's A. And B, this is not, it's not much, there's not much work here. We just want to use this angle. So we just want to use this in the course of the class. That's why we need to talk about it briefly. So for this one, 290 is more like you are moving from here to 90, then to 180, then to 270. So you know it's 290 here. That means 270 plus 20. So this angle is 20 now. If it is bearing, you know it's actually interesting, but bearing goes clockwise, not anti-clockwise. So here we have that is a fourth quadrant. This is fourth quadrant. So and for this third one, that is angle 150. Like I said to you, 150, if it is negative, you turn this way. Instead of you going this way, you will come this way. So this is 90, then my 150 falls here. So my 150 degrees, that is 150 negative, falls on third quadrant. So minus 150 falls on third quadrant, and D on minus 220. Having this picture, so we know we are going here and we have 180 to this point. So my 220 falls on second quadrant. That is second quadrant. So on second quadrant. So we have two left. E now 310, angle 310. So angle 310 here, don't forget 310 mean we have 90, then to 270, so 3, this one 300 plus, so it can be anywhere here. I am just putting it anywhere in on the quadrant. It does not matter if we have to measure, we don't have to measure. The measurement is not important here. So we have all you need to do is to be careful to know this is 270, and if you take 270 from 310, that is around 40, so you know this is 40. So it doesn't come here and say it is still 40, so that it won't be confusing. That is just the little difference there. So from here, you know this one is fourth quadrant. This is fourth quadrant. And for F, which is the last one, we have 750. That means 750 is on more like the third revolution. The third revolution. That means you finish a 360 degrees, then you go again 370 this, you finish 720. That means 360 plus 360 is 720. So we have second revolution, and on the third, so you have 750. We are going for 750 degrees now. So we have 750. That means 720. So it's more like you are going for angle 30. So if it is angle 30, definitely it is on first quadrant. Let me take this again. 360 is a revolution. So if you are going on 500, 650, 620, 710, they are on second revolution because they are between 360 and 720. And if you are going to from 720 to 1080 or so, so you will definitely be on the third revolution. Definitely anything from 721, 722, 900, 1000, they are all on third revolution. So this is on the third revolution now. So we have finished the first revolution, that is 360 degrees. Then we go again 720 degrees, which ended here, that is 720. Then we move again to add 30. So that was why we got 30, and our 30 falls on first quadrant. So this is what we have. We oftentimes in class I will write a lot of values down, then we check 130 second quadrant, this is 290 third quadrant, then minus 150, so that's second quadrant, and minus 220, that is on third quadrant, this is fourth quadrant obviously, and 720 on first quadrant. That's what we have. If you have minus 320, 310, if you have minus 310, you know you are moving back to first quadrant. That is the meaning. So we are going back to first quadrant. That is what we have there. And we have, if you have positive 20, 220, it is on third quadrant, and positive 150 is on second. Don't forget this one is on third. So it will be on second if it is positive 150. So that is all we have here. If this is negative 750, don't forget we'll be going revolution 1, that is revolution 2. And if you are having it on the first quadrant, definitely if it is on negative, it will be on the fourth quadrant. On the fourth quadrant here, because we go 1, we go 2, then we have 30. That is on fourth quadrant. That is all about the introduction to general angle. I want to be sure if you understand this, then we can go on from here applying this